This review is a collection of work that I will be using to showcase my growth here at SCAD and give a sneak peek into the techniques and compositions that I will be using. Through these works, I have modified and experimented with previous techniques to help fortify and build my narrative. Next, I will read my artist statement. My work is a deep exploration of identity, emotion, and expression, focusing on the powerful intersection of race and gender. I unravel the essence of Black womanhood through a myriad of painting and multimedia approaches, crafting a visual narrative that not only honors but fiercely preserves the storytelling traditions rooted in the African diaspora. Adinkra symbols, with their profound wisdom, strength, unity, and spirituality, inspire my work. I manipulate these long-lived symbols to create a visual language that speaks directly to the emotional landscapes of Black women. In doing so, I honor the oral and cultural legacies passed down through generations of sisterhood, resilience, and communal strength. Every hue I use is deliberate, chosen to reflect both the emotional and symbolic weight carried by the Adinkra motifs. The bold reds scream of resilience, while the deep blues hum with spirituality and the pull of our ancestors. Here, color becomes more than just a visual element. It's a vital living language that communicates in harmony with the symbols themselves. By weaving together these symbols, colors, and patterns, I join the larger conversation with artists like Kehinde Wiley, Lauren Pierce, and Micheline Thomas, creators who use portraiture and pattern to highlight the complexities of identity. My work calls viewers to look deeper into their own narratives, to sit with the meanings of the symbols, and to feel the connection between color, culture, and heritage. At its heart, this work is about making space for Black women to exist boldly, with authenticity, and to reclaim their narratives on their own terms. The first painting in my series is entitled Another Jasmine. So Another Jasmine was created with the fern motif. I chose bright greens to create a feeling of liveliness in the painting, and I intentionally made her eyes wide open, engaging directly with the viewer because I wanted her to be full of life, and I wanted the viewer looking at the painting to be able to feel a connection with the subject. The green in this painting represents fertility, and the motif in this painting is talking about being able to grow in adverse conditions or being able to overcome change. And for what we know about ferns in real life, ferns can grow almost anywhere in any conditions. So this is an ode to the women who are able to allow themselves to bloom in spite of their conditions or in spite of where they came from and in spite of the things they have gone through. So this painting talks about those things in a very symbolic fashion. I worked hard in all of my paintings to be able to create a multi-dimensional, multi-layered effect with the Adinkra symbols, and because I wanted to feel like the person is immersed in the world of the symbols as well as the symbols being immersed in the subject's world. So this is the first painting, Another Jasmine. The second painting in my series is entitled Akoma. Akoma is the name of the Adinkra motif that is embedded within the layers of the painting. The Akoma represents patience in this painting. The heart motif is commonly associated with love. So this heart motif, the Akoma motif, also works as a double entendre because paired with the background and the location of the heart motif in the foreground of the painting, you can tell that this person is grieving or processing very strong emotions. And this painting kind of reminds you of, or it's inspired by the emotions of heartbreak or the emotions of disappointing feelings and working to get through a hard time. This was the first painting that I painted in this series. And so initially, the best part about this painting was that watching the layers come through and working to build the transparent layers, because with emotions, people experience emotions in waves. And sometimes they're stronger and darker and deeper and harder, and sometimes they're softer, more subtle, and you're able to live through them and they're more palatable. A part of the presentation of this collection is that All of my paintings are done in a square. I did this on purpose because I want to capture the fleeting, the fleeting nature of emotions. Emotions are always there to stay, and it's almost like taking a picture because you can look at yourself in one state of being and see how quickly you transform into a new state of being. And so a coma is is paying homage to those not so happy emotions. This painting is entitled When Life Tried to Burn Her. So this painting is a painting of resilience, of imperishability, of standing strong, standing tall in spite of being in a world that you feel is not for you, or being in a world that you feel like you have to fight to be who you are, or to force your way to make space for yourself. When I created this painting, I was inspired by my own willingness to find my place and exist in spaces that I felt like weren't necessarily made for me, and feeling like I have to put my armor on in order to be able to navigate these new channels and new spaces. So this painting itself is an homage to those women who feel like they have to put their armor on in order to face the world. Next is the painting entitled Freedom Runs Deep. This one is 30 by 30 inches, a little bit larger than our 24 by 24 counterparts, but also smaller than our 48 by 48 inch counterparts. So this is a anchor symbol that's embedded within the painting. It's called Feta Hue. So it talks about freedom and self-emancipation. And as I'm looking at the narrative that runs through the show, encompasses the entire story of it starts with me and ends with us. The next painting in my series is entitled I Know Because You've Shown Me. It's inspired by the K.Grayson sign that represents knowledge, strength, and service. So it talks about doing acts of service for those who you care about and those you want to show up for. A lot of times, the people in my life that I've experienced that does stuff for me are the people who see me in every way that I show up, and they also see me as who I am as an individual, and those things are very important. And a lot of the nurturing and reasons why we are so communal and sisterly is because of the experience that we have with the people who live with us or have fed into us as we have matriculated through our lives. So this painting is pretty much an ode to those relationships that help feed into you and improve you, make you better, and those who are willing to share their experiences with you to help you become a better person. My final image in this series is entitled It Starts With You and Ends With Us. This image is about three sisters, strength, unity, and resilience. The Bese Saka symbol is a symbol of unity, so I used the three sisters to create a composition that's going to reinforce the ideas of unity. I also worked by choosing colors that I felt complemented each other or were near complements of each other, so that way they will all be in a realm in which they were in unison. This is the last painting of my series, and I appreciate your time for watching my review. Thank you so much, and can't wait to hear from you.